Capricorn Aquarius to your mid-month reading for October. I hope you guys are doing great out there. If your friends like this, hit that big old like button. Welcome back all subscribers and all new subscribers. Wow, we got a lot of new subscribers. Channel is moving. Let's see what's going on. Best message for you through the mid-month. Having the balance coming out. Ooh. So right now it really kind of calls for the balanced approach for you guys. Maybe in all aspects of your life, you know where you need that balance, right? But it feels like it's kind of like everywhere I'm going, I need a little bit of balance, right? Whether it's in love, career, finances, your health, what you're eating, right? There should be a nice balance. So let's see also what's going on. And that balance. Recognition and reward. So you have the Three of Pentacles coming out over here. So it's really collaborating with yourself, kind of like the powerful three within yourself. It's like I need to balance out, right? As I said before, all of the areas of your life, mind, body, soul, right? Love, career, health, right? Spirituality, all those things. So really balancing out the pillars of life, right? Really making sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Ooh, I love that. Staying very wise about the situation, so there could be some really wise choices coming through. Pretty much it's the Hierophant coming out, knowing that this is the approach that I need, really committing myself, right, to where I need this balance. Maybe you've been feeling like you've been kind of sacrificing yourself a little bit too much in one area and needing to balance out the other area of your life for that ultimate, there it is again, powerful three in me. Mind, body, soul, to make sure that I'm feeling as healthy and happy and joyful as possible. So I do feel like you guys have been giving to one area of your life a little too much and not to the other. Okay, so really it's really about finding that balance between maybe fun and work. Maybe you're overworking yourself and you realize that, right? Just draining myself down. It's time to get a little fun going, right? Bring in that harmony, which is achievable if you if you kind of just remind yourself or remain kind of mindful of your actions and what the impacts of overdoing one area of your life, and how it's impacting you, how it's not very suitable, because it does feel like there's been a lot of sacrifices. I've been really putting out a lot of stuff, and now it's time in the mid-month kind of chill out, move on from that situation. Maybe you're giving too much energy to one person, or maybe you feel like they're draining you, and that's where that could be as well. If you know someone's draining you, then it's time to take a step back, okay, and not allow you to give that energy to someone who's not, I don't know, it's just coming up that you're giving too much energy to somebody who's not giving back to you, right? So they're really draining you, and I need to give me some me time. Right? So yes, really knowing and clearly seeing where this area in your life is. You know what it is, okay? You definitely know where it is. So there's going to be making some thoughtful decisions as you keep yourself on the right track over here, right? Really digging deep to figure out this pieces out, right? So right now is that me time that's going to be needed to balance out this situation. So let's see, recognition and rewards. There's a lot of rewards that could be given, but it's mostly giving back to yourself justice. Exactly. Thoughtful decisions that will keep you on track. I just said it. Absolutely. Something that's going to be more fair to yourself. Bringing in that balance again. So on the sacrifice over here, it's maybe overindulging. Yeah, overindulging in one situation, right? And not enough. Could even be, just as little as I'm eating too much junk food and now I need to go eat a salad because my body is not feeling very good because I'm indulging in all these snacks, right? But I haven't really eaten anything healthy, right? Or maybe I need to drink more water. I've been drinking too much soda. It literally could just be something that's small. especially talking about Halloween over here, we might be indulging in a lot of candy, right? And it's like, ooh, I'm going to pay for that later, or I'm not feeling very good, right? So definitely a surmountable of obstacles that are surrounding this situation, whatever it is. But you can balance this out, right? Now you can say, okay, you know what, maybe I'll have, you know, if we're talking about food, for instance, I will have, instead of always eating this junk, you know, these potato chips, maybe I'll have, you know, oh gosh, here we go with you can't have just one chip, guys, okay? We all know this, it's like impossible, right? But maybe I'll have this smaller bowl, maybe a handful instead of 3 handfuls of chips, right? And then I will eat this, you know, salad that, you know, maybe a lot of people don't like salad, right? But you know your body wants it. Because really what is coming to is balancing out and attuning to what other pillars need attention, right? And if you know that it's giving too much attention to someone who's taking from you and not giving back to yourself, then you definitely need to go work on that situation. So moving on from that situation, yes, you have to have some kind of, you know, passion. You know, you have the 2 cups coming out, so it's saying it's definitely time to move on for myself and get really in touch with myself, right? Or if I've been giving too much work and I need to give to my love, then I need to go and, right, and connect with them, because maybe I'm working too much and I'm not giving back enough love. Okay, so everybody's story is going to be different of where this is needing to have balance. Okay, so it's definitely saying within the 3rd eye over here that there is this kind of opportunities and giving back the opportunities. But as soon as you kind of like throw in the towel and say, okay, this needs to be balanced now, you're going to see that, you know, time's going to open up for you. You're going to find this time, okay, for healthier communication. You're going to be able to open up, and you're going to have a lot of benefits from this situation as it's kind of rebirthing itself. And it's like you giving your own want, your own kind of apology for not allowing yourself, right, to maybe even be honest with yourself that I had been overdoing something, right? So however this is definitely, though, needing to balance in this environment, no matter what that environment is for you, and having that understanding. But also you're going to feel very valued from the situation, because you're going to give all that value back to yourself. Okay? Wow. Because you're really going to stand up in your own authority and say, this is where my strength is going to be at. It might take some strength too, if you know, right? But I really want to eat that whole bag of chips. Or I really want all that candy. Right? Whatever it is, depending on how you are. But there does look like there's going to be a lot of expressing feelings over here, really digging deep within yourself to know that it's time to give back to yourself or to someone else. There's been too much sacrifice over here, whichever your area is. But yeah, it's definitely, I love it. I love it. You have the Star card over here. And, you know, if this is a love situation, you've been kind of pushing love away, right, because you're just so work and you're the workhorse, this is definitely going to be the divine timing, you could say, in its own way, by you doing so to bring that love back around, to bring those passions back around, to bring all of that, you know, which you actually do value. Because it is saying, I actually do value this. I've just kind of allowed this other energy to, interact, this other problem to interact, or I let it get away from me, right? And now I'm not feeling very good, and now I need to go, pull some strings with myself and get back on track. I love it. I love it. We all have these issues, right? You got to get back, maybe it's even getting back to the drawing board, working on something that's not working, needing to balance those scales is whatever it is, okay? Wow, this table is moving around. I need to move this away from the wall. We can hear that, can't we? It's really bouncing around. See if that helps. This table is not the steadiest. It's not wood, so. Okay, so let's get an overall card here. I love this for the mid-month. This is about, choosing new priorities to get yourself back to health, yes, and having that beautiful transformation. Let that go, right, so that we can get back. It doesn't mean you have to 100%, unless you know it's really unhealthy, right, then you definitely want to let that go, and you want to say, I just don't want to do that anymore, right, because that would be more being genuine to yourself, saying, I let this get back out of control, or I allowed this to come into my life, which I should never have allowed to begin with. You see what I'm saying? So no matter what, it's kind of like next to the star. It's just this very genuine piece of yourself. Being genuine to yourself, knowing, right, that that's unhealthy, that we need a balance of everything, guys, right? And this will allow you to dance with the universe. This will allow yourself to align. And it's really aligning your energies and aligning yourself back to, the normal basics of what's really going on. Okay. You're going to really value yourself a lot too when it comes to this, because I think for a lot of you, that it's been something that you've been kind of like hanging on to, or that you're not supposed to be doing that I should be doing other things, right? But just never really completing that task, and right. And of course, if we're eating junk food all the time, it's like, I don't feel good, but I really want that, right? So it could be something a little obsessive as well, depending on the person, okay? Or knowing that you're allowing someone to walk on you and you need to let that energy go, right? Maybe you just haven't had the nerve to do so, or found the right words, the right kind of communication with the Ace of Swords, right? To go do what you need to do, right? And there it is. It says at the very end of the reading, what you don't see coming is you are going to balance this out, and you're going to adapt to what it is you truly need, not feeling that sickness or that pain or any of that, and introducing what it is you truly need to yourself, and taking back, pretty much kind of like taking back your power over that situation. Wow. So I really do see you offering your own cup to your own commitments. There it is. There's that Hierophant coming up again, right? Okay, guys. Wow. Okay. What a beautiful reading, guys. And let's get an overall card. We're going to use these cards. And an overall message, please. For the beautiful Virgo Libra. Overall message, please. Right there. There it is, my friends. The secret chamber. Potency, deep connection, and finding the treasure within. Okay, and then they have another card too, the sanctuary. Wow, so we have the secret chamber and the sanctuary. And here it is, the sanctuary. Harmony and balance, joy and contentment. And you really couldn't have a better two cards coming out. Couldn't get any better than that. Till next time, my friends. Peace and love. Bye-bye.